looking at Pastor Jonathan.
And last week on Zone TV, we introduced you to a new big idea. So I figured let's do it and see if you're any good at it. Because I feel like maybe you're pros by now, maybe not. I don't know.
They may be better than us.
Nah. But we'll give you a chance. Okay, we'll give you a chance. Let's see. Let's just see. Here we go. Big idea. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Thrill ride. Hang on. To Jesus!
Wow, you know what? I didn't think that you would be pros quite yet at the big idea, but you really stunned me. It was amazing. I underestimated you, and I'm very sorry, boys and girls. What is that music? Do you guys hear that? Yes, Alex, do you hear that? Oh!
And it is now time for thine verse from the ye old Bible table. Verse.
What is the skull for, can I ask?
Well, it's Shakespeare, so just go with it. Just go with it. Please.
Right, okay.
Isaiah 40:31. But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength.
Yep.
They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint.
Wow, that was poetic.
That was thine word.
Okay, well, you know what? I gotta change the subject here because I think I hear something coming. Do you hear it?
Well, I think a storm's a ruined because it's time for the maelstrom!
Ooh, that's a heavy rain. Ah! Wow, a lot of mail. Okay,
Whoa.
Yeah, great. It is now time for Mailstorm. If you have a question for us, have your parent help you send it to mailstorm@gfczone.tv.
So this first one comes from Emma, 1st grade, and she says, if I let my parrot out of his cage while we're outside, can I trust that he'll come back? Listen, Emma, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay, because you can trust me. I have never met a bird that I can trust. So here's what you should do. Take your bird, open your window, open the cage, let it out, and it won't come back, but you know what? It's for the best. You should get a dog. They're more loyal.
Okay, I just need to jump in here because Miss Alex, you should know, has an irrational fear of birds. So maybe don't listen to all of her advice about birds. Listen, you should keep your pet, but you are right. I mean, if you open the window, that bird's gone for good, forever. And I do love dogs. Now, here is the next letter. This one's from Daniel, 4th grade. He says this, Dear Zone, the scariest thing I ever did was try fried Oreos. Ooh. I thought it would be disgusting, but they turned out delicious. Wow, what a twist. You should try them too. Trust me, they're real good. I do trust you, Daniel, 4th grade. And so we are going to try our own fried snacks in a new segment we like to call Fry It and Try It. All right, Miss Alex, I'm ready. I'm not scared. I trust you, Daniel, 4th grade.
Well, great. All right, well, here's what I have for you.
Sure.
All right, I have the Oreos to fry.
Perfect.
But when I get to frying, listen, I can't stop. It's like I always say.
Oh, no.
If you're not frying, you're not trying. So, besides the Oreos, I also have jelly beans.
Okay.
A little PB&J and some gumballs.
Well, Daniel, 4th grade, didn't say anything about those things, but I guess I trust you that they'll be good.
Here we go.
Okay, we've got 4 different items that have been fried. I'm gonna start with the Oreos because Daniel, 4th grade, I know you're watching.
Well?
That is truly magnificent. Honestly, like, that is actually very good.
Thank you, Daniel.
I give that 5 fryers out of 5. That was good. All right, we're moving on to the PBJ. Cheers, PBJ. I gotta say yet again, I give that a solid 4 fryers out of 5. This is the jelly beans.
Well, that sounded so crunchy.
I'm not repulsed.
Okay.
I'll give them like a middle of the road 3 fryers out of 5.
Okay.
I'll try not to swallow these gumballs. Oh, is that what a gumball looks like on the inside? It's just pure crystal. All right, here we go.
I give that 0 fryers out of 5.
Okay, well, I don't quite know about fried bubblegum. As a matter of fact, I do know. I hate it. But Daniel, 4th grade, you were right about fried Oreos, snack for the ages. Thank you for the recommendation. And boys and girls, you should try it yourself. It is truly delicious. Now, we do have one more letter. And I want to read it. It's from Mary Grace from 5th grade. And she says this, Dear Zone, that's us. In school, we learned there are over 7 billion people in the world. That's a lot of people for Jesus to care for. It's true. If there are that many people, are you sure Jesus cares for me too?
Mary Grace, that is a great question. Last week we talked about why we should trust Jesus. So let's keep talking about it. But to do it, we are going to do what I like to call Scripture Scribbles. Pastor Jonathan, your sketchbook, please.
Yeah, I was thinking about that name. I think we should maybe call it Scripture Masterpieces because of how good my art is.
No, because Scripture Scribbles just has a nice ring to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, so this story comes from the New Testament, and it starts out with Jesus walking through a huge crowd of people. In the crowd was a woman who had been suffering from constant bleeding for 12 years without a cure. Now, this woman had heard about Jesus, and she thought, if I can just touch the hem of his robe, I will be healed. She came behind Jesus, reached out and touched his robe, and guess what? The bleeding immediately stopped. The bleeding that previously had no cure and that had been happening for 12 years, it just stopped. All from the woman reaching out in faith and touching only the hem of his robe. That's all that it took. Jesus realized at once that power had gone out from him, so he turned to the crowd and asked who had touched him. So his disciples commented that everyone was touching them. I mean, it was a huge crowd of people. It could have been anyone. So the woman fell to her knees right in front of Jesus, saying that it was her that had done it. And so Jesus said to her, Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over.
Okay, boys and girls, so we know that this woman had been sick for a very long time. And the crowd she was pushing through was very big. Now, Jesus did heal her when she reached out and touched the hem of his robe. But was it worth it for all of that striving, all of that crawling, all of that pushing through? If you think it was worth it, raise your left hand. If you think not worth it, right hand. Okay, Miss Alex, what do you think?
Well, I'm so glad you asked because I think it was worth it.
Worth it! Totally
it was
worth it.
so worth it.
Yep.
Look, you and I, we can't physically touch Jesus, but do you think it's still worth it to reach out to him and trust that he cares for us? You know what? I have the perfect way to answer this question.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Take a trip.
Bye.
What's up, boys and girls? It's Miss Alex, and we are back here at Busch Gardens, Tampa, in front of Cobra's Curse. Here is the thing about roller coasters. I love them, I really do. But that slow trek on the way up, my stomach starts to get a little twisty. But here's what I know, is that even on roller coasters, Jesus cares for me. Even with 7 billion other people in the world to care for, he still has the time to care for me, even on Cobra's Curse. Come on, let's go.
Reaching out and trusting Jesus is good because he cares for us. When we reach out to him, he's reaching right back out to us. In fact, he's always reaching out to us, just waiting for us to grab hold of his hand. Sometimes things in life feel like the big hill on the roller coaster and it ties our stomach up in knots. But we can trust Jesus that after the big hill is the good stuff. It's the excited screams and the hands raised and the wind in our hair. So whether you're in a room of 7 people or 7 billion people, yes, Jesus cares for you too. All you have to do is reach out, grab his hand, or even the hem of his robe. He's got you.
Woo!
Man.
How was that? Are you doing okay, buddy?
It was so fun.
Of
Once
course.
the drop happened,
Yeah.
I felt like I was flying.
Oh my gosh,
It was
so
crazy.
good. Boys and girls, see, this is why we should trust God, because he's with us through everything, both the highs and the lows.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you know what, PJ?
Yeah.
It's time for you to do the 7-second summary. So, are you ready?
No.
Okay, starting now.
Why should we trust God? Because he cares for us, and he wants us to reach out to him because he's reached out to us, and he wants to take us on a ride that we'll never forget.
Wow. I mean, honestly, I didn't think you were gonna make it in time.
Hey.
All right, well, it's time for us to wrap this thing up, and of course, we have to do our big idea. All right, boys and girls, up on your feet, count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thrill ride! Hang on!
All right, well, now it's time for you to sit up straight and tall and get ready for your campus leader.